Hey guys, and welcome to House of the Messy, where the characters are messy, the plots are messy, and everything in general is just messy. And I can't wait for it to get messier and messier. Did you miss me? I hope you did, and I am so excited to get back into this. I have stated that my vacation and time away, it came at a very not very fortunate time on my channel because I have a lot of shows kind of popping up around this time that I need to react to. I do want to say to anybody who is wondering how this is all going to work, basically Clone Wars, Supernatural, and Classic Who will all be on the days that they typically come out. Nothing will change there. And with House of the Dragon and Walking Dead and Andor and She-Hulk, I am working on it. I will just say that. I'm going to try to get them out as quick as possible and get caught up and all of that stuff. But try to be a little bit patient. I am just one person. I do have to record all of it and all of that stuff. So, okay, now that I said that, let's get into the episode. Oh boy. Love coming back from break with a good birth scene, you know?
The Queen has requested that the child be brought to her.
Oh.
Immediately.
Oh, immediately. I assume this is the time jump that I did know was going to happen at some point.
I'll take him.
Oh, jeez.
The afterbirth.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm coming with you.
I should hope so.
Let me take him.
I should
No
hope
such
so.
satisfaction from you.
Just take my arm at the least. Was it terribly painful?
Oh, gosh.
Probably. It was probably terribly painful.
I took a laugh.
Oh.
What is it?
God, girl.
I thought we were past this.
I see things have not gotten better over the time.
To congratulate you. If I may be of any service.
Okay.
The day may yet come, my lord.
Oh my God. Oh, sweetie.
This is absurd.
Oh.
Princess.
Rhaenyra.
Olivia!
After your labours. I have no doubt that you would prefer that, your grace. You must sit.
What happy news this morning.
Indeed, your grace.
Oh boy.
Where is he?
Sweetie, you're not looking great. Oh boy.
Does the babe have a name yet? We haven't spoken.
Joffrey. He'll be called Joffrey.
It's an unusual name for a Valerian.
Your daughter has exerted herself heroically and should rest.
Ooh, ooh.
Well done, my girl.
Oh, she doesn't like,
I
oh,
hope the labor was easy.
oh, this is messy.
Do keep trying, Selena. Sooner or later you may get one who looks like you.
Oh! Oh God, the blood trail. Oh, girl, get some rest.
Sir Harwin wishes to be introduced to Joffrey.
Of course.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. They all look kind of like him. Oh, oh. Oh no, sweetheart. Oh no. No. Oh. I don't think you're gonna make it.
You must hold mastery over your dragon.
I dare not what I got vespers on me.
I suppose Egon has with some fire.
You see how to deal
Okay. Oh no.
Dracarys Vermax.
Oh no. I hate the whimpering. I hate it. Ay.
A dragon. How?
The
gods provide.
Behold, the pink dress.
Be sure to mount her carefully. First fight's always rough.
Oh God. Kids are cruel. Somebody's a little cranky.
And 2 pairs of legs on each. That's 240. Yes,
I thought it was a snake for a second.
it has eyes. No. I don't believe it can see.
You sure it wasn't our Aegon that put them up to it?
I mean, it seemed
It's
like
to
it.
me their eggs are hatched. To have 1 child like that is a mistake. To have 3 is an insult. To the throne, to you. Not to mention decency itself.
The consequences of an allegation like the one you twanged would be dire. Do not speak of this again.
I think she's going to. I think she's going to speak of it again.
And the king, her father.
He knows.
Of course he knows. Or did once, but has convinced himself otherwise. He'll do naught but make excuses for her.
He's very good at that.
The prince, a spider who stings and sucks her prey dry. Spoiled cunt.
Oh, well now. Well now. Well now. Well now. That was
beneath me, Your Grace. I apologize.
that was a lot. Okay. Okay. Alright. I don't need to. Didn't need this. Oh boy.
It was Jace. And it was the 2 of them.
I don't
Can we sure?
think I believe you.
If Rhaenyra comes into power, your very life could be forfeit. Then I want you are the challenge!
Okay.
You are the challenge, Aegon! Simply by
Okay.
living and breathing!
Wow. Okay. House of the Messy.
Can trust.
Oh wow. What a spectacle! Kind of felt like they were putting on a show for those people. It's like SeaWorld for dragons.
The tenants would pay their tributes annually to their new Targaryen lord. You would have your freedom of the
Wow.
city and the harbour, as befits your royal station. The Triarchy has made common cause with Corin Martell of Dawn. At any moment they may turn their sights north. My aim is to protect Pentos from the lustful eye of the Triarchy. Aid Pentos in this, as Aegon once did.
Your Excellence, we are travellers. We've already extended our visit here.
Uh-oh. He's not
Miss
so
James
sure.
offer. One we will certainly entertain.
Oh boy. She's not happy about it. Her whole look is gorgeous though. Not important, but you know, just wanted to say.
You'll have a new opponent then, my lord of the straw. Let's see if you can touch me. You and your brother.
Oh!
Seems the younger boys could do better with a bit of your attention.
Sir Criston.
Oh,
Question my method of instruction, sir. Jacaerys.
Oh my God! He's about to. He's
Elder son against
Criston.
elder son.
Yeah, okay.
Hardly a fair match.
I know you've never seen true battle style, but when steel is drawn, a fair match isn't something anyone should expect.
Oh! He said you've never seen a true battle.
I'll deal with him.
I just feel uncomfortable in like every scene of this show.
Don't let him get up. Stay on the attack. Get down, eyes on me! Aegon! Your interest in the princeling's training is quite unusual, Commander. Most men would only have that kind of devotion toward a cousin or a brother.
Or a son.
Or a son.
Ooh, the shade. The shade. The shade. Okay. All right. Oh! Oh no. Well, so messy. I can't.
Start again!
There's been an incident in the yard.
There surely has.
To accusations of an uglier treachery.
And what's treachery, is there?
Don't play the fool with me, boy.
Oh, okay.
This flimsy shield alone stands between you and the headsman. The willful blindness of a father towards his child.
I wish my father affected a similar blindness.
Oh!
These many years. And yet today,
Episode is shady.
publicly...
For 10 years, you have indulged yourself at court. Bought the finest horses. Fucked the lustiest boys. This was our agreement. I have not begrudged you. But you do not desert your post when the storm lashes.
The wise sailor flees the storm as it gathers.
Well, I don't know that that's an option for her. Okay. Marital problems. Messy. Woo.
Very well, then I command you. As your princess and the heir to the throne, you are commanded to remain in King's Landing and at my side.
Okay.
Half of them never do, you know. What? Hatch.
Oh.
You do not sleep.
Well, how can I with you haunting my every move?
Ooh. Goodness.
I have felt the strife between our families of late, my queen. And for any offence given by mine, I apologise. But we are one house. And long before that, we were friends. My son, Jacaerys, will inherit the Iron Throne after me. I propose we betroth him to your daughter, Helena. Ally ourselves. Once and for all.
A most judicious proposition.
Additionally, if Cyrax brings forth another clutch of eggs, your son, Aemond, will have his choice of them. A symbol of our goodwill.
Okay.
Rhaenyra.
My dear, a dragon's egg is
It
a
happens.
handsome gift.
It happens. It's okay.
And we will consider it duly. You must rest now, husband.
Oh, she said we will consider it. Oh my goodness. I think Alicent is over it. Interesting. I will say it's really interesting to see the difference between Rhaenyra
Sweetly
and
the fox speaks when it's
Viserys.
being cornered by the hound.
Rhaenyra
She's
trying
so
to be
sweet.
proactive and
She feels the earth washing away
figuring
her feet, so
things
now she
out,
expects
where
us to
Viserys
ignore
a
her
lot of
transgressions
times
and for me to marry
ignores
my own
until
daughter to one of her
it gets bad,
strong
right?
featured sulking may do as you wish, husband. When I am cold in my grave.
Alice.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think she's
Alicent.
gonna go for that with how she's feeling about everything.
I have come to resign my position as Hand of the King.
Oh!
The episode in the yard this morning, my son Harwin has disgraced himself.
You have served me faithfully for many years.
I
Tennor's hand.
believe that.
Your advice has been sage.
But there is a shadow over my house, and it grows ever darker. I can no longer serve you with integrity.
What is this shadow?
He wants to get out of this mess, and I do not blame him.
Cast such a...
You must have your reasoning in plain language.
Ooh!
I cannot.
He's
Then
like,
I cannot
I'm out.
accept this.
My dear husband,
I said no. You will continue in your service to the crown.
Listen. I don't blame this guy one bit for trying to get out. That would be me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
he wouldn't hesitate to speak the truth to the king. Hightower was still at hand.
You cannot say, my queen, that your father would be impartial in this matter.
No, but he would be partial to me.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. Alright. She doesn't, I feel like she doesn't feel like anybody's in her corner. And I'm sorry, if this guy's in your corner, I don't know that you want him in your corner. I mean, I love him. I think he's gonna be up to fuckery, and I live for it, but I don't know that that's the ally you want. You know what I mean?
For your crimes, you've been sentenced to death by hanging. I am prepared to offer you mercy, if you're prepared to pay a little price.
I don't think it's gonna be mercy. And also, what the fuck are you planning, sir? What the fuck? No, thank you, no, thank you. Please don't show it. You're gonna show it, you bastard. Oh! All right. So they can't talk. I can't with this guy. Oh boy. Lots of births in this episode. Focus on parentage and fathers and all sorts of stuff.
I've reached the limit of my art. The child will not come.
Oh, come on. Are we really?
I could lay open the womb. Try to remove the infant.
Okay.
By way of the blade.
Here we go again, guys.
But I can. Would the mother survive it?
I swear if we get another one of these scenes.
No.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Girl, are you taking a walk? What is going on here?
Dracarys!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Dracarys!
This is crazy.
Dracarys!
Guys! Wow! Are you kidding? I mean, that scene really took a turn very quickly. Jeez.
We will exchange letters by Raven. Might that be fun?
Is Harlan strong, my father?
Oh! Oop!
Am I a bastard?
Okay.
You are a Targaryen. We're finished here. We're leaving.
What of your offer, Jace and Helena? You always said if you were absent from court, she would pour her honey in your father's ear.
The wise sailor flees the storms it gathers. Bring him. We'll need every sword we can muster.
Oh, buddy. Oh, here we go. Oh my god. What are they gonna do? They just gonna go like try to get like kill him in the like in their sleep or something? Like what the fuck? Which is crazy. That's his own family. But you know, some people don't really give a fuck. Oh man.
You've heard the stories of Harrenhal, your grace. It's built in hubris by Harren the Black, and it passes judgment on all who pass beneath its gates.
You passed judgment.
He surely
The Queen
did.
makes a wish.
Oh!
The realm would not strive to fulfill it. I assume you will write to your father now?
Paris. I did not wish for this.
When the time is right.
Huh? Oh my god. Also, hate to say it, don't really hate to say it, but like I'm kind of obsessed with him. I know he's the worst, but like, I mean, okay. Anyway, 1 second. Okay guys, so the first thing that I am going to say in these post-episode thoughts, I can barely even talk right now. I really, my allergies are kicking my ass today, and you know, I made it through watching that. This is not the vibe that I want to give for my first episode or my first reaction back. I truly do not. However, it is what it is. I am sniffling and I cannot breathe, and my head feels like somebody's taking a sledgehammer to it. Oh, it's lovely. Anyway, so if there's some sniffling in the reaction, or, you know, if a little anything gets listened, I was trying to like keep it together, but let me tell you something. Sometimes you can really stick it out for an episode of something, but House of the Dragon is long. And so I was trying to sort of hold it all together, but my allergies are just really bad today, and I'm not feeling well at all. So just want to say that. Okay, I'm going to try to get through these post-episode thoughts and still be as insightful as ever, but maybe a little quicker, because I need to take like a million painkillers. I don't know. I'm not literally, in case anybody's worried, but like I'm not feeling 100%. Okay. Oh my God, this show is crazy. It is messy. Of course, we know that. What I love about this show is that, I wonder if you guys understand what I'm saying, but how it authentically got there. You know, everything's really messy from the first episode to now. There's so much tension. There's so many different things that have, and it wasn't like one big event, in my opinion, that got them to where they are. Maybe you could say maybe a couple of things are more significant or whatever, but it seems like there's just a lot of players, and little things are influencing each person and playing on their different personalities or their anxieties or everything that's going on. And it's just, you know, that leads to something else, and that leads to something else, and it's just, it feels really great that we kind of, because of different characters' decisions or how they act in certain situations, it has influenced other characters, and it's just sort of had this trickle down sort of effect. And I truly like that it feels very authentic. There's really not a character that I don't, you know, that I'm completely thinking that they're acting ridiculously, or, I mean, Sir Laris, don't entirely know how to say his name yet. I mean, he's doing some things. He's making moves. Very self-interested. I kind of live for him. I hate that I do. But I love, you know, I love his vibe, and I think the actor's doing an amazing job. And the way that, like, Olivia Cook looked just so mortified. Alicent, sorry. I got very excited to see Olivia in this episode. In that scene. But like but I swear, I feel like every character, I kind of know how they got where they are. And sure, I think that there's still an element that I've said in the first few reactions. I definitely think there's still an element that I don't know exactly where everybody's motivations are coming from and everything like that. I think I have more of an idea, but it's really interesting because there's not really any character, at least for me yet, that I don't like, or that I'm not interested to see more of. You know what I mean? All right, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about Daemon and that whole situation because it's just a little separated from everything else. That was a crazy, gnarly scene. And this show is definitely putting an emphasis in the first, you know, half-ish. I guess we're past the halfway point now, but putting an emphasis on the dangers of birth, possibly the dangers of birth, particularly with certain incestuous relationships, but nevertheless, dangers of birth in general at that time. And it's putting a really deep focus onto, you know, the frustration of some women, and we saw that a bit with Rhaenyra, which she's had, you know, kids since and has gone through birth and everything like that. But obviously towards the beginning of the show, you see that frustration where she doesn't want to be made to just produce children. That's not what she wants her purpose to really be. And that's not necessarily saying you don't want to possibly have kids or anything like that, but the purpose of it all. And the way that I see Daemon in this situation is kind of that he just really doesn't want to be told what to do. In my opinion, I feel like he likes to take his own path and do his own thing, and he wants to do whatever is not expected of him a lot of the time. I mean, that might be a generalization about him, but I see that. I see him kind of wanting to choose his own path. And I'm really interested to see how he sort of reacts to what happened there. You know, it was really interesting seeing the parallels between him and Viserys at the beginning of the season, and like, what do you do? And I mean, she kind of made the decision. I mean, I don't think Daemon had a moment to really even make a decision or whatever. She said, I'm out. And I don't know how aware she was. I know she overheard some stuff, but I don't know how aware she was about, you know, even whether or not the child could have lived or not or whatever. But what a harrowing scene. And, you know, we didn't focus on her character that much, and she kind of jumped in age a bit between. But I mean, honestly, I liked her. I liked her fine, and man, she wanted to die a dragon rider's death, and I guess that might qualify. Oh wow. So it was just, oh goodness. So now Daemon has 2 kids, I believe, and one thinks he ignores them, which might be true. Listen, I like Daemon a lot. He has the potential to be my favorite Targaryen. However, it wouldn't surprise me if he possibly ignored the kid that... Listen, I'm not necessarily saying that... I don't think she's making it up. I'll just say that. But again, I don't know the dynamic of the family. I don't know too much, so I'm very interested to see that going forward. We got a little introduction into what they've been up to and what's going on. But that's kind of, you know, interesting. And then I think maybe if he hears that Rhaenyra went to Dragonstone, he might show up. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Even though he seemed to want to stay where they were at, I'm very interested to see where he goes from there. I'm so sorry. The sniffling's gonna happen. I really can't breathe. These lights aren't helping, but I want to make sure you see me, so I'll just suffer through this. It's fine, guys. Oh my god, okay. Other things that I want to talk about. What I love, absolutely love, and I hate to say that I love it, is Alicent and Rhaenyra's relationship. That's terrible to say. They're not, you know, on a good page at all. But I loved how this show told that story. You know, we start with them having kind of a very genuine and close friendship when they're very young. I felt like it was genuine. And then just seeing how times change. And, you know, that'll happen without all of this really intense shit going on of the air and, you know, all of this and seeds being planted, all that kind of stuff going on. That can just happen. Typically, you know, it's great if you are still friends with like your childhood friend, but a lot of times it can happen that you kind of grow into different people and you have different life experiences and you can grow apart or whatever. This is an extreme example of that, with a lot of impacting factors, so to speak. But I love like I said, how authentically we got there. You know? It's not like there was, in my opinion, one instance, there is a looming who is going to be heir thing going on. There is obviously a focus of what the tension is. But I think there's also a lot of maybe like little things that really drove them apart. Okay. Who to talk about, and oh my god, there's just so much going on. Okay, I'm gonna talk about, well, you know, happy to see Olivia. That's all I got, you know, that's all I gotta say. I can't wait to see her shine in this role. I think she's going to. I love her as an actress. A lot of the things that I have seen her, and my deep love for her is from one of my favorite shows of all time, Bates Motel. Obsessed with that show. A lot of the roles that I've seen her in have been very wholesome type of characters, not to generalize, but very sweet, lovely, kind, genuine characters. And I think that that's where Alicent started off in this show, and what I think is going to be really interesting and why I am so intrigued by her character is to see what happens. You know, she's talking to Sir Criston about, you know, the people who have honor need to, I'm paraphrasing because I don't know exactly what she said, but something to the extent of, you know, we need to prevail, being, you know, not lowering ourselves or, you know, whatever, right? But can you do that? I don't think you can. And I don't necessarily think she is. You know, I think she's frustrated. I think her father, possibly intentionally, probably intentionally, planted a seed into her head that whenever Rhaenyra, I don't know if this is exactly what he said, but whenever Rhaenyra takes the throne, her sons will be killed. In my opinion, and you guys can call me naive, and please don't tell me, I already ranted about this in the last reaction about people trying to come for me because I don't have the same opinions as for certain characters and this wasn't the character that I was talking about, but, or that people were trying to educate me on or whatever. But, in my opinion, I don't think Rhaenyra would do that. Now, maybe she might get pushed to the point where she, you know, it's all really fascinating. I love it. I love it so much because when Otto Hightower said that to his daughter, I kind of was like, I don't know that she's gonna take the throne and be like, all right, your kid's gotta go. I just, you know, you can call me naive. That's not the vibe that I would get. However, because that seed was planted, right? That seed was planted And now Alicent, we have already established that she's a bit anxious. She has a little bit of a paranoia. Her scene with her son and like kind of being like, you know, it might be the end of your life if, you know, this happens or whatever. You know, I mean, oh my God, guys. Very well acted in the sense of, I'm seeing where, you know, she's starting to feel alone and paranoid. And I'm not blaming her for feeling alone, right? But I think the anxiety is affecting her actions, which is going to push Rhaenyra farther away, which I'm not sure she cares about. I'm not saying that she, you know, Alicent is kind of like, it is what it is at this point, I think. I think she's kind of done. But you can tell that, you know, like even at the end with everything that happened there, that, I mean, she was mortified. She looked mortified at what he was saying. And is it completely assumed? Because that Otto Hightower is going to become Hand again? Be interesting if that did happen, but I just don't, there's no other candidates? I don't know. That's a genuine question I'm interested to see. But I love seeing Alicent, who I think had fairly genuine motives early on, see her kind of, is she going to be able to hold on to these morals that she thinks she can cling on to, or is it all going to go completely to her becoming fairly ruthless as well? And I'm fascinated to see that growth, to see what happens with her in that regard. I think she's teetering on the edge at this point. You know, she definitely has a coldness when it comes to Rhaenyra. She has a very dismissive vibe, and I think she felt, you know, way back when, an episode ago or so, but way back when, she felt lied to, and she felt betrayed. And to see what she was kind of lied to about-ish kind of come up again and again and again. I think there's just a frustration in there that's really, really kicking in. Sorry, guys. I can't breathe. Sir Criston is, listen, I assume that he has a bit of loyalty to Alicent because I think he was in a very, very dark place, and I think Alicent was kind of there for him. And whether we see that as a kindness on her part or a seizing an opportunity for an ally on her part, I think is dependent on how you view the character. And again, I find her really fascinating and really interesting to follow. Man, I know that you can't really probably do this, you know, and especially I that's why I said I wanted to say that he probably does feel a bit of a loyalty to Alicent at this point. And a betrayal by Rhaenyra. Again, whether you think that that's valid, that he feels betrayed or not, that's, I think, up to the viewer individually. However, I think it's just not good for your mental being to, if you got down bad about somebody and they rejected you or didn't consider your feelings as much or had other priorities, you felt slighted by them in some way, right? Yeah, I can say that. Just, I mean, dedicating so much of your time and energy still centered around either exposing them or taking as an ally to their enemy, it's just not good for your mental headspace, because then things just fester. You know what I mean? Like, and we can see that things have been festering, and it's just not good. You know, listen, I'm talking slightly more in modern terms. I don't think that he has the luxury to go, like, go off and find another job. And as I said, I think he is loyal to Alicent in some regards, but, like, isn't it weird? Like, my gut instinct was like, dude, you need to get out of here. You need to not have Rhaenyra in your sight. I know that you feel slighted, but, like, let's go somewhere else and move on. I know he probably doesn't have that luxury. I get it. But there was a part of me that was just like, this cannot be good for your mental well-being, sir. It cannot. It cannot. But he might be too far into it at this point. So it is what it is. Okay. I want to talk about Rhaenyra. First of all, the strength of this girl. Like, she's just giving birth and the queen wants to see the baby. And Rhaenyra says, I'm not handing off my baby to go to the queen, because I think she's very well aware that there's tension, or at least something going on. And we're not entirely privy to every little thing that has happened in this time jump, but they're not on great terms. So she, after just giving birth, is carrying her child, you know, in a condition that she should not be in. And, you know, the strength of this woman, man. And I love the dynamic between Rhaenyra and Alicent. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I don't care if they're at each other's throats. Let's go. I love it. I think they've got great tension chemistry, if that makes sense. You know, I think that I'm going to be so fascinated by them, their relationship, the conflict that is inevitably going to happen. It's a lot. And, you know, there's a little, you can see the frustration with Alicent in the sense of, like, everybody knows that this thing is true. Maybe the king is convincing himself otherwise, but, like, everybody knows this thing is true, but, you know, I'm crazy for saying it. But at the same time, I weirdly like Rhaenyra's kind of situation, marriage that they have going on. They're both very aware that this is a political arrangement. And I like that it didn't get too intense by the end of the episode, when it came to that. You know, I think Rhaenyra was really kind of saying, we came to this arrangement. You've been doing what you've been wanting to do. I've been doing what I've been wanting to do. But we need to stand firmly together for kind of the future, right? For the kids, for the, you know, probably for quite a few things. That I really liked. You know, it was a bit intense when she was like, well, I command you to stay. But she was like, no, let's go off and build an army. I mean, she said, we need fighters. So this conflict is happening. It is happening. And let me tell you, I think it may happen before, but I think it's like as soon as Viserys goes, like, it's on site. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it's so wonderful how they've done this, especially with the makeup for Viserys, that, like, he, you know, he looks within each episode more deteriorated and deteriorated. So it's this looming thing that they don't have to really spell out for us, but it's this looming thing that he's probably not going to make it much longer. And when it happens, let's go. There's going to be a conflict. And it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be something. I'll tell you that. It's going to be something. And it's just going to get messier and messier. And, you know, I do think that at some point Daemon's going to come into play as well. So it's just, whew, let's go, you know? But I actually liked the way that, you know, I don't know, as much as I know that it's heading towards conflict and it's heading towards tension, and, you know, I like both Rhaenyra and Alicent as characters. I find them both fascinating. I find them both just, I'm so interested to see where they're going to go and what's going to happen. And I loved sort of seeing Rhaenyra, her strength in this, but also, I said it in the reaction, her proactive nature. You know, it kind of reminds me, she was a lot younger, but in like the second episode when Daemon stole the egg and whatever, and she went to go get it. She was like, let's put the kibosh on this, all right? You know, and again, whether her kind of extending this olive branch over to Alicent, you know, is it a genuine kindness? Is it her trying to simmer things down? Is it self-interested? But again, your discretion to decide, I guess. But I think, you know, it's really interesting to see the difference between her at least trying something, putting that out there for Alicent and saying, I'm trying here, okay, is so different than the king. And I guess I'll kind of end on thoughts with him a little bit. Obviously he's trying, either he's in denial or he's just choosing to look the other way. I wouldn't be surprised if he's choosing to look the other way. We've had this characterization of this king kind of ignoring some problems in the past, not wanting to focus on all of the bullshit. But the problem is, if you just ignore the bullshit, it's just gonna come back. And if it is implied that Otto Hightower is coming back as Hand of the King, What a mess. What a mess! Oh God. But yeah, I found it really interesting. You know, we have this council meeting or whatever, and we have Alicent and Rhaenyra just going at it. And the king doesn't have a ton of input. And I find that really interesting. Really interesting to see the differences of certain things in that regard. Also interesting to introduce the kids into this, giving them sort of personalities and, you know, the dynamics between the kids and everything. I liked the daughter who was just into bugs. Yeah, if I have to choose a favorite so far, it's her, okay? I thought it was a snake at first. I wasn't about it, but then it wasn't, and I was okay with it. All right. Weird how that works. Anyway, I am interested to see, like, because are we going to follow them in, like, you know, if this show continues on, like, are they going to be, like, adults in season 3 or 4? I mean, we've been time jumping a lot. I feel like we'll stay with these actors and everything for a bit, but I find that kind of interesting as well. So, you know, interesting to introduce the kids and the dynamics of at least when they're kids, and maybe we'll follow them later on. I have no idea, but I'm really excited to find out that as well. Okay, I think that's about it. I'm gonna wrap this up because my head feels like it's splitting open and it just doesn't feel good. not the mood that I wanted to convey my first video back from vacation, but it is what it is. And I do hope that you enjoyed this reaction, and hopefully it won't be too long until you get episode 7 out on this channel. All right, if you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.